welcome back to TEW 2016, The Branding Solution, and we are here on Smackdown Live. We're only a couple of weeks away from Extreme Rules, which I believe is in 3 weeks. I've confused myself with that. Anyway, we'll go straight into the pre-show and we'll come and have a look at the details as we get through the show. We have the Psycho Ward picking up a pre-show win over some NXT talents. Nia Jax just getting a simple squash victory. Only 1 minute this one. Does this say it's a good squash match? Nia Jax got no negatives, which is good to see. And the Jet Set pick up another victory as they are slowly building some form of momentum. We gave Evie another victory. As we know, we're trying to push her in a storyline, but she wasn't involved in a match tonight on the show. And G-Nex pick up a victory over Casey Owens and Nixon Newell. As you can see, Nixon and Casey are way off. Nixon needs a lot of work, but a couple more of these and she'll be about the same level. That's what usually happens. I gave Alexa Nicole a match. On the latest news, Gail Kim took her as a protege as well. So Gail Kim is the only thing I've seen person take someone as a protege, and she's taken Aaliyah and Alexa Nicole, which I'm really happy to see. I would like to see more of that through the game. And what we had here was a bit more of experimenting with tag teams. We kept faces together, so Hidaka and Tessa, Joyce and Santana, Aaliyah and Velez, and Makoto and Shishuka. And Joyce O'Brien got the victory in this match, as she is the most. No, Aaliyah's the most over. I didn't pick the victory, I just put them together to see if there's any surprise tag teams. And then we had another kind of mix of that. Dana and Kaylee Ray are on Gail Kim's protege list, so they put together a tag team just for this match. I think I gave Kaylee Ray the victory, and both come from NXT. They were once on the main roster, but not cutting like they once did. And again, we've done another throw together match. Erin and Nana are from Natalia's group, as in Demi, but Stella isn't. I'm testing Stella with other partners in case I decide to break Scarlett Bordeaux away, because I believe that she's meant to be a lot better than we've seen. And we also have Carmel Jacobs, and Nicole Savoy from NXT as a tag team, and Tappa and Cameron to see whether they could do anything, but no. We start the show with the queens of the Smackdown brand, Sasha Banks and Charlotte. And Sasha says, it's ridiculous that I have to face 2 opponents at Extreme Rules, and I don't get my place back in the Queen of the Ring tournament. It is now up to Charlotte to prove to the world that she is the true Queen of the Ring, and we can have a final showdown to show all of the peasant women on Smackdown that we are the main events, and they're just in there to be annoying us. Which brings Becky and Paige out, who challenged them to a tag team match for later in the show, which will also be the main event. I think this works quite well. I like the idea of Sasha and Charlotte as a tag team, a dominating force in the women's division. Becky and Paige are probably best pairing. I would say that, but I believe Bayley and Asuka are slightly more over. But as a tag team, I think they're probably just as good, because we've got 4 really good heel faces, and I feel we've not quite got the heels we needed. But we're going to jump into the main show with our first match, where we have Ember Moon defeat Taryn Terrell in the Queen of the Ring tournament to advance to the next stage, keeping Ember strong, simple as that. Next stage, Summer Rae and Emma are called into Edge's office and said, "Look, I'm not happy with how you've been treating Evie, but apart from that, next week you two are going to have to face each other in the Queen of the Ring first round match." And I'm right to restate that this was randomly selected that they faced each other, their tag team face each other. It is not the only one in the whole tournament to do this. So this is going to be a first round match. And Edge sort of announces that, you know what, Evie will be banned from ringside so you can see who really is the best. But if you try and mess with her in her matches for the next 2 weeks, you will automatically be disqualified from the Queen of the Ring. We already know that Evie's not in a match on the main card tonight. So, yeah, but we're just trying to tease, we're trying to make Evie over with the Summer Rae rivalry. And Emma's just sort of in it. And I've probably done a bullshit because I believe Emma's actually slightly injured and can't compete. Now, to keep both these tag team storylines fresh, we've just been doing this, mixing Billie Kay and Brooke Adams with Angel and Katrina. We did it the other way last time, I believe. We had Peyton and Candice versus Cheryl and Christina Vaneri. So we're just continuing it. We gave Angel Williams a victory over Brooke because I believe Brooke is the weakest of the Heartbreak Express. I think Candice will grow and grow. It's a nice solid 61. Carmella comes out to cut a promo on Levy Bates and Naomi, saying that, well, I may have to face Levy Bates at Extreme Rules one more time, but first she's got to get through Naomi to even stay in the Queen of the Ring. And them working so well together, well, that's all shattered tonight. So Carmella's just trying to stir it all up before their match. Which gets a solid 60. I'm happy with that rating. And Levy Bates beats Naomi. Naomi's gimmick is getting stale, so we will probably look to change that. I'll probably try and bring in the glow, or the idea of the glow. The negatives were inconsistency, as always, and it was two faces facing off. But afterwards, they shake hands to show some respect. I want to keep that strong bond going. I would like to potentially push both of them a little bit more, but it's going to take a little bit longer for Naomi, I think. Now, I tried to make this match a bit more intense physically. I thought I would see what happens. I gave Alexa Bliss the win over Bayley after Nia Jax attacked Bayley again. So I'm trying to get Alexa Bliss over more. And these sort of matches are really important to do that. The negative was my bad. That's going to cost me probably later as well. And afterwards, Nia Jax picks up Bayley and throws her through the announce table, showing her dominance for once more. We threw Nikki Cross another bone where she squashed a local talent. Got down to a hot crowd, executed squash match really well. She's rusty, negative crowd, poor selling, inconsistent. The only thing is Nikki's inconsistent. I don't know how you could be inconsistent after a minute in a match. It was only there, 2 squash, and I'm happy it did what it needed to do. Edge then calls in the latest group for the Queen of the Ring. He calls in Natalya and Gail Kim and says, well, you guys are going to have to start facing each other in the first rounds. And the first match are all your teams, Gail. We're going to see Makoto versus Dana Brooke next week. So just be prepared, Natalya, that next week I may be announcing that some of your people are facing each other. So we're keeping the storyline going. A lot of the storyline is just building up that they're facing each other. Alicia Fox defeats Taylor Hendricks in a short match. I believe this was just a simple match, really. A bit of this was just to try and push that I needed Alicia Fox to pick up a win. And afterwards, she calls out Oscar and says, I think I would like to challenge you to an Intercontinental title match. And Oscar's just said, like, okay, well, we've seen what you can do. So, but then Alexa Bliss burst down to the ring and says, no, I beat you in the Queen of the Ring. I want an Intercontinental title match. And I'll prove it by beating Alicia Fox next week on Smackdown. So yeah, we're going to do Alexa Bliss versus Alicia Fox. #1 contender match for the Intercontinental. I think that works. Why not? Mandy Leon picks up a win in the Queen of the Ring. A nice simple victory. I could have gone either way on these, but I went with Mandy Leon. Nikki Bella cuts a promo saying that she can't believe what's happening. She lost yet again. She's out of the Queen of the Ring first round. She just wants to get back on top, back where she needs to go, and she'll go through whoever wants to get in her way. And that brings out Mickie James skipping down to the ring. So yeah, well, we are the old dogs now. We are the ones that are teaching the next generation. And maybe when me and you face each other, we can show them that we are not just has-beens of the women's division. We are waiting to get to the next stage, which I think works really well. I'm going to go for those two against each other. I like that idea. Both of them are pretty good. Like Mickey's had title matches, so has Nikki. So yeah, that's a nice 80 to lead that on. And we jump into another one where Billie Kay and Christina Onieri, called in by Edge. They get their matches for Queen of the Ring. Christina is going to face Hikaru Shiaidu. Billie Kay is facing Taylor Hendricks. But they cannot interfere in each other's matches or they will be disqualified, and their partner will be disqualified, even though Katrina Lee is already out. So yeah, we're at 61. Simple, just building up the matches. So I can just show you these. These are going to be the 5 matches we've already planned for the next week. I'm happy that they're already set up. And it is 3 weeks to Extreme Rules, but I can't show you the card. It's No Mercy next. I thought that we'd a pay-per-view this week. That's where I got confused. And in our main event, when I shouldn't have done it again, I tried this intensity thing. Okay, it wasn't the best idea. In the end, Becky Lynch defeats Charlotte with the disarmer once Ember Moon attacked Charlotte during the match to continue on that storyline. So Charlotte and Sasha are not victorious. And Ember Moon then continues to attack Charlotte on the outside, trying to send the point that she is ready to take on someone of Charlotte's caliber. And Becky and Paige are left alone with Sasha, and they just jump the champion, taking time to try to one-upmanship the bigger move on Sasha. Yeah, I think that's going to end the show. It's not going to be that good because I took too many silly risks, but we got a 78. I'm satisfied enough with that. We've got a lot of angles that get good ratings, but the matches, I shouldn't have taken the risk with Alexa Bliss and Bayley and that one. But otherwise, it's all good. And we'll head back to the main screen now. And we are back to the main screen, so let's check the news. A wrestling couple split. I thought that had happened ages ago, but never mind. I actually nearly hired Melina last night as well, which was quite funny, to be the squash match for Nikki Cross. Otherwise, nothing really noticeable there. On here, a new deal for a New Japan talent. I sniffed around a bit, but I couldn't get them because of the written deal, I believe it was, yeah. Yeah, fair enough, I'm not that worried. As I say, I'm not really looking to sign anyone for the next few months. Anyone who does sign will have to go to developmental until the King or Queen of the Rings are well underway, and there's still a lot to go. And these are slightly lower than I would like because of that slight build up, but that one's really good. The Evie one's really good. I'm happy I'm actually really happy with most of these storylines. Yeah, that's obviously the weak one because none of them are really over. But otherwise, I'm happy with this. Who is hot and who is not? Nobody knew on that list yet. Angel Williams right at the top. Joe Cruz and so forth. Rosa Mendes and Thunder Rosa, the only ones on that one. Now that's going to conclude Smackdown, so we'll be back next time when we go to look at Shockwave before No Way Out. No Mercy. So thank you for watching.